We are eating lunch and getting some water by this beautiful stream, and we are literally 2 miles away from entering the Whites. It's kind of hard to believe that we've actually made it this far. And the Whites were always like just something we talked about, like that would happen right before the end. Like, oh yeah, the Whites, whatever. But we're actually gonna be in them in like an hour. It's just surreal. We're in the White Mountains, and the trees have gotten smaller to the point to where they just completely disappear. That is our first above tree line summit that we are just about to go up in the Whites. So excited. We are almost to the summit of Mount Moosilauke. It's beautiful up here. I'm having quite a moment right now. I don't have any words. It's just so beautiful.
On camera and everything. Coming down Moosilauke. It's tough. We have been descending Moosilauke for about 2 hours now, and for most of the time we've been walking next to this beautiful waterfall. It's a great end to our first day in the Whites.
It's a wet, dreary second day in the Whites, but it's okay because we started out a little down, but you know what? We're just blessed to be out here and be able to hike. There's a lot of people that can't, and we just started counting our blessings earlier, and now it doesn't seem so dreary. I mean, it's still raining, but we have smiles on our faces, so just another beautiful day that we're blessed with and we're able to hike. We're back from our rainy day of walking. It was probably the hardest day on trail so far. The Whites are not messing around. This is what hikers' feet look like at the end of a rainy day. Ew. Pretty darn gross. And they've been drying now for like 2 hours. They're just still pruny.
The Whites are pretty serious. They're robots, alien robots, that are trying to enslave us all. So I got the guide, gotta be prepared, so I gotta look out for them while I'm climbing.
For a time, each person's life is childhood before the capping ceremony that stops him from questioning. He is not a slave, and he will, and Will has not yet been.
It's crazy up here.
There's just almost no words for this awesomeness out here. It's just,
Cool. Good for you guys.
I mean, it's like, that mountain shrouded by the clouds over there is Mount Washington. It's amazing that we can see it. Can't believe we've come this far.
We just came off of Mount Lafayette here in the Whites. We are at 5,200 feet or 5,300 feet, the highest we've been since Mount Rogers in Virginia, I think, after the Smokies. Spectacular up here. We're above tree line for 2 miles on the ridge. It's ridiculous. We are on top of Garfield now. Just came off the Franconia Ridge and walked another ridge through the woods and climbed up here. And looking back at the ridge, it's beautiful.
Waking up from our stealth site in the Whites. Nap time after a big climb.
Just ate some food at the Zealand Hut. Now we're gonna wash some dishes to pay for it.
We're climbing Mount Washington, which is pretty crazy because we've been talking about how crazy Mount Washington can get for a couple years now. And we've got about 10.5 miles. We're gonna stay just below the peak today, and then we're gonna summit tomorrow morning. And feeling pretty good.
This is not backpacking. This is mountaineering. There she is, Mount Washington. I guess it would be a he. We are doing a work first day tonight at Lake of the Clouds Hut, which is right over there. And if you look to your right, you'll see Washington and all the weather tools on it. That's very technical, weather tools. And this is a beautiful lake, because the name of the hut is Lake of the Clouds, because this lake is indeed in the clouds most of the time with Washington.
I could not just do a little wiggle there. We're washing dishes to pay for our food and lodging for the night. It's totally worth it, I think.
Girls, I'm cleaning the kitchen to pay for my meal.
Good morning, White Mountains and Mount Washington.
these hobbits from what they must do. You shall back out your trash!
They're backing out their trash, just like all trash should be backed out! Let's go!
Flying fools!
Oh, hello! I didn't know you were up here at the top of New Hampshire. It's kind of cold and windy up here, but it's neat. I just can't believe we're finally at the top of Washington, and we're about 50 miles away from Maine, and about 330 miles away from Katahdin. So it's just incredible to be this close, and just the scenery around here. It's just magnificent. This is the trail, and has been for the past, man, all day really. Just rocks. I mean, we hit Washington this morning, but how are you guys feeling about it?
Tired. I'm tired.
We've been going about 1 mile an hour all day. These are our last views in the Whites above tree line. We're leaving the Whites today, and they've been awesome.
We're leaving the Whites today. It's been some of the hardest slow-going climbing and descending that we have done ever on the entire trail in our lives otherwise. We couldn't have asked for better weather. It's been like just amazing the whole time we've been out here, and it's just been ridiculous in every sense of the word. This is the Rattle River Shelter, just on the edge of the White Mountains. The shelter marks that we have only 300 miles left on the Appalachian Trail. What? And we're out of the white. We're out of the Whites. We are now relaxing at the White Mountains Hostel, right on trail, just out of the White Mountains. They were beautiful, they were hard, and they were slow going, but they were absolutely worth it. So, we're gonna relax here for 2 days, get our knees back, and charge into Maine.
This is what you do after the White Mountains are conquered. You lay around in your geisha pajamas and eat Tootsie Rolls and take a zero.